tomorrow. For
Okay,
sure.
and she has to contact you within 5 days. Let's say the court hearing for the misdemeanor animal cruelty happens in a month and a half. Let's say she is found, well, tell me what happens if she's found not guilty and what happens if she's found guilty. Do we end up back here, or do we not end up back here if there's a guilty verdict?
We would not end up back here at this appeals hearing. The judge would make that determination as a part of sentencing.
Okay, so the judge in the misdemeanor animal cruelty case will make the determination whether she gets this dog back.
That is
And that's a separate hearing, totally unrelated to what happened here, would be the criminal case.
And that would be a criminal case in district court, so all these cameras would go away. Because that's one, we got special permission from the court administrator today to allow cameras in a district courtroom. And they asked us to make it very clear that this is a special case, and it's an administrative civil hearing and not a criminal case, and so therefore.
So if she doesn't post it, what's the protocol, what your normal protocol for posting, or putting the dog up?
Well, what we would do is, given the great interest in this particular animal, we would make sure that the public was aware that the animal will be made available for adoption a day prior. Then the animal would be made available for adoption. Our adoption policy is first come, first served. So if we do have a line, which we're expecting there would be great interest in this particular dog, we would then have a drawing of all the parties interested in adopting, all the parties present at the shelter at the time. We would have a drawing, and the person drawn would be allowed to adopt the animal. We do a basic screening to make sure there's a good match between the dog and the person looking to adopt, but that would be our adoption process.
How's the dog doing right now?
The dog's doing fine. I mean, it clearly, came in healthy. Clearly had some concerns in the box. When it came in, it's been healthy, and it's gotten plenty of attention and plenty of good care from our staff.
So a dog was well cared for from what you could see. And you see a lot of animals that come in all kinds of shape from what you saw.
Right. In terms of when we have our animal cruelty cases, and Sergeant Dodge can speak to a number of that we've dealt with, the animals come in much worse shape in terms of either they could be deaf, they could be seriously injured. A number of animals need to be euthanized based on their injuries. Clearly this dog was prevented from going there based on the actions of the U.S. Postal Service, preventing greater harm to the animal.
So Jinlong, you like this dog, right? You were telling me it's pretty well behaved. Tell me about
Yeah,
that.
he's a cute puppy, yeah. I mean, for a puppy to not make any noise inside that box, or whimper, or be crying to get out, he was just going with the flow, even though it was traumatic for him. And so, yeah, he's a good dog.
Is he going to make somebody a happy puppy if it doesn't go back to the owner?
I think so, yeah.
Sergeant, I'm struck by the fact that it's kind of poignant, but also kind of absurd that we're all here. Because every year, you guys euthanize 1,000 animals. About 900 come in dead on arrival, and yet we're here for a single puppy. I don't know if it is poignant or absurd. What do you make of it?
I think, well, it's noteworthy because it doesn't happen often that someone tries to mail a dog without declaring it. And then the other thing is animals are silent victims. They don't have a voice. They can't stand up for themselves. So we need to do that for them. And I think that brings it to light too. We often come in at the end of things, and that's too bad. But we try to intervene before that happens, and that happened in this case. So it's a good outcome.
You don't see that good outcome all the time, I take it.
No, we don't.
How lucky is this dog?
Very lucky. Very lucky.
I don't know, maybe this has been answered before. How old? He is a puppy, right? It's not that
Approximately 4 months.
It's a baby. So he probably had been placed all that long, or she probably hadn't had him that long.
No, correct.
What can you tell us more about the dog's personality?
Just that he's friendly and he's really nice. I mean, he wanted to play. I held him a little bit when the postal inspector first brought him in, and he just wanted to play and snuggle on everybody's lap. That was his thing. We needed to get a picture of him in the box for our case, and we went to put him back in, and he did not want to go anywhere near that box. So he knew that was not a good place to be, and he was happy to be out and in someone's arms. So.
Any sense of how the dog had been treated by its previous owners? Lots of love or any abuse?
He appeared to be healthy, no injuries, no reason for concern with his health-wise.
So basically, she just doesn't seem to get it in terms of how to transport the dog. There's not other issues that you're concerned about in terms of how she treated the dog.
No, just I guess my concern at this point would be, would she try to do the same thing again? Because it still sounds like she wants to get that puppy to Georgia.
And it doesn't sound like she realizes the mistake she made.
I don't think so.
Do we have any idea where she got the puppy yet?
No, we do.
No. Okay.
What was the rationale behind allowing cameras, behind allowing media in today?
It's not a court hearing.
Well, yeah, the one that's not in this corner. If you've seen this in Minneapolis, we do a number of administrative hearings, and sometimes the councils will hold administrative hearings. And so administrative hearings are very different than a criminal court case. And so, like the council will publicly have administrative hearings, I felt for given the type of case and the concerning issues that people see, sort of the process associated with it.
Have you interacted directly at all with Ms. Champion? Have you offered her any advice, or if you were able to do so, what would you tell her?
I have not spoken to Ms. Champion.
If you had to offer any advice?
I'll just leave it at that.
Gotcha.
You know,
Thanks.
You're welcome.
he runs a shop.